is one of the country's most skillful magicians. He's even made an elephant disappear. He is the Prince of Prestidigitation.
Yes.
He's good with his hands. Please welcome Paul Daniels. How are you, Paul? Haven't seen you for young.
Been a long time.
Hello, how are you?
It's been a long time since I've seen you, Paul.
I know, it's been ages, simply ages. Yeah.
Now, Paul, I've been reading about you, and it says that you were invited to go on Big Brother, the celebrity one.
I read that as well.
You were not tempted? You were not...
I was never asked.
You weren't?
Yes, you've been reading newspapers and believing them, haven't you?
Yes, I have.
It's a mistake,
It
isn't
is a big mistake.
A mistake. Read and believe your local papers, but never the nationals. No,
Yeah.
I was never... I was asked by somebody or other to go on I'm Celibate, Get Me Out of Here. That one. And I said, well, you know, what do we have to do? What do we have to make? You know, like grass huts and exist, and can I have a Bowie knife with a sore back and all that? And they said, no, you don't have to do any of that. I said, well, I thought it was a survival thing. And they said, well, yes, but you don't do anything. Well, I was trained in the army for all that, and I said, no, well, I'm not doing it then. If there's nothing to do. And that's the worst part about those programs. There's nothing to do. You just sit there, don't you?
So you wouldn't do Big Brother?
No, it's boring. I'm funny, me. I like entertainers to entertain me. You know, like you.
So
You're an entertainer.
I did say when I was watching it that, you know, I don't know what it is that makes... It's the kind of voyeur in us. We want to see what someone else is doing with their life and maybe watch their problems. It's changing television. I mean, you'll have seen some change in television.
Well, yeah, I get it all the time. People say, oh, variety now on the telly, you know, and there is, Mel, there is.
But variety?
Oh, yeah. All the comedians are in that programme, all the singers are in that programme, all the are in that programme, the magicians have their own programme, and one day he's going to come from media studies, you know, and say, I've got this absolutely spiffing idea. Why don't we take one of them and one of them and one of them and put them all in one show? And variety will be back again, you know. Everything goes round, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. I mean, you do a lot of shows on cruises, don't you? I've never been on a cruise. I mean,
have you ever been on a cruise?
They're fantastic.
Oh, they are. They're great. Yeah, I love
Except
cruises.
once I played a real tacky ship, and payday was murder. Have you ever dived for coins? Oh, you wouldn't have...
Yeah, no,
it's fun, isn't it?
I love ships. And in fact, some of the ships now have the greatest theatres I play in.
Really?
Yeah, I travel the world doing shows everywhere, but ships are good. Yeah, cool. And I don't know. My son on them all the time. Martin, he's a good comic, and he claims they've just raided a couple of flats in Bristol and found some Van Gogh paintings. I don't know whether that's true, but I think he made it up.
You just mentioned they're performing all over the world, and you really do. You know, I mean,
Yeah.
we've got, fun enough, we've got some visitors here from Japan, and you were in Japan.
Oh,
yeah.
konnichiwa. Konnichiwa. Hello. Do you know Takatsuki-shi?
Yes.
Yes, in Osaka province. Yeah. They'll tell you. In Japan, I'll warn you in case you go. You go?
I haven't been.
I arrived and they said, 15 minutes. You meet Governor of Osaka in 15 minutes. I said, oh, God. I just got off a plane, went to the hotel room, all right, and said to Deb, you know, I said, I must dash to the toilet. And I sat in the toilet, and I'm a techie guy, and there's all these buttons. And buttons on toilets, yeah? You remember? I pushed one, and this noise went bzzz. You're just sitting there as you do, and I pushed the next one, and I screamed. And Debbie came bursting in. What's the matter? What's the matter? I said, ah! And there was a jet of hot water right. She said, well, get off. I said, I'll spray the place. And I pushed the next one. Ah! It went to ice cold water. And then pushed the next one quick. And it went, oh, right. Now, push the next one. And the water stopped. And there's a fan. And in a bum wash.
Oh, my goodness me.
And you go, like, you go to Comets and Currys and all them places. And you can buy them. And they
And does
fit
it
on...
dry you off as well?
Yes. And they
Yes, it does. Does it?
Powder, probably powder.
Well, I don't know about powder. I know it's a bit naughty, but they have a button for women as well, and the spout of water goes.
Behave.
Should we change the subject?
Behave. Let's change the subject.
No, Paul, I know you live in on the banks of the Thames these days,
Yeah.
and you say that you call your house the magic house. Why is that?
Well, because downstairs has got no upstairs, and upstairs has got no downstairs.
What do you mean?
It's a riddle, folks. Solve it for Christmas.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
It's built like that, you see. Our
Oh,
house.
so this is upstairs, this is downstairs?
Yeah, and there's
Office.
the stairs in the middle there,
Yeah.
and this hangs over a kind of a creek, and swans glide under the bedrooms and all that.
lovely.
Oh, it's idyllic. And Debbie taught me how to make a trapdoor in the bed so I could fish without getting up, you know.
Sounds right. You did so many shows, so many game shows,
Yeah.
brilliant ones.
Lots of them.
Every Second Counts was fantastic.
That was good.
Yeah, I used to get phone calls from all the other game show hosts and saying, you know, great game, because you had a good finale, you know. And nowadays, you know, with Who Wants to Sit Opposite a Millionaire and who Wants to Defeat the Wicked Witch of the West and all that, you know. I don't think they've got great finales to those games. It's a shame, really, because they're good games.
You used to get good guests and some real oddball characters. I seem to recall once some fella from up north who thought he was Roy Rogers or a cowboy.
I came from Doncaster. He had a weird name, but he used to talk like that because he was a country and western singer boy. And we used to interview them and say, you know, tell me about your wife. And he said, well, this is my wife, and she works in a butcher's shop, but she wants to be a nurse. And the girl, pretty girl, said, I do not. And there's not a lot she can do, is there, at that moment? And he said, she does, and she said, I do not. He wants me to be a nurse. And he said, she wants to be a nurse. She's even got the uniform. And she says, I've got the hat and the suspenders, and that's all he cares about. Yeah, we showed it, I tell you, we showed it. Yeah.
Des tells me you're really great at close magic.
Oh, he does great close magic.
Can you do us a trick? Show me a trick.
Yeah, sure. Well, I'll tell you what I'd do. I'll show you the sort of thing I normally would do, you know. I would go up to a pretty girl like yourself,
Yeah,
and I would say, here's a pack of cards, they really are all fun,
Yes.
okay? And then I would cut the cards anyway and say, please, have one of those. Just really doesn't matter which one, just dab, okay? Yeah, that one. You want that one?
Yeah.
Okay, you want to change your mind? All right.
No,
if that's
fine.
the Seven of Hearts, you have to make mad, passionate love to me. Is it? Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Good, I didn't do the trick.
Yeah, not as bad as I am. Anyway, one for you. Have you ever heard of a company, this is a surprise, have you ever heard of a company called Ladbrokes?
Oh, bookmakers, yes. Yes, I've helped build the place. Come on.
Yes, I need...
Can
I'll use this. I'll use the family silver. These apples aren't real.
No.
These apples
Didn't chew that the other day.
The pomegranate, because Christmas is coming, people get pomegranates. This has nothing to do with what I was going to do. I just found a pomegranate. Listen, this is people have difficulty getting the pips out, winkle them. But if you cut a pomegranate that way on, not many people nowadays, and you split it, and you just bang it like that, with the hammer or something like that, all the pips fall out. It's real easy. Yeah, now to do with the show. Right.
You've got 1 minute to do this.
1 minute. Right. Ladbrokes have a bet on, don't they? If it snows in Christmas on this roof in London, all right, you and me, we're going to make a fortune.
Okay.
Right? You need a mug, pop mug, all right, pop mug. And what you do is you add water, right, and then for magic, you just say a magic spell, M-A-G-I-C, that's a magic spell, don't you? And you go like this, you see, and what you do is you get snow for Christmas. So you and me go on the roof, all right, and we'll have a white Christmas like that, okay?
Hold Daniels! Hold on!
I'm dreaming of a white Christmas.
Well, that's about it for today. If you enjoyed the show, tell your friends.
Tomorrow we'll be joined by film critic and author Barry Norman, Jenny Powell, and the winning guys from Pop Stars The Rivals. One True Voice will be here.
Join us for all the fun, and we maybe have a snowball fight. Will you join us? We'll see you 1 o'clock. See you then, okay?
See you then. Thanks for joining us.